I don't hate my office job, but let's just say I wouldn't mind avoiding it if I could. The problem is I lack money, mainly because it lets me buy more games and lasagna. And while it's always a good time for lasagna, don't let anyone tell you you can have it for breakfast, it's not always a good time for video games. There are times of the year when we just can't afford to dive into a game like Persona 5 because we don't have 200 hours to spare. But that doesn't mean we can't play something in those little breaks between two pointless meetings, during the minutes you save by scheduling an email, or games that you can leave on a second screen and make progress in whenever you can. Today, I'm bringing you my recommendations for games to play when adult life turns up the difficulty to ultra hard, but you still want to keep playing. But first, there are plenty of short story games I could have added to this list. Some of them are really good, but I decided to leave them out. While they don't take much time to play, constantly searching for the next game can be time consuming. I also left mobile games off this list because I think it's better to cover them separately. With that in mind, let's dive into the list. What better game to play while working than one where you have the job you wish you had? There are a ton of manager-style games that are an endless source of fun with a variety of themes. When it comes to base building, there are some great standouts like RimWorld or Factorio, but I'm going to stick with the father of them all, Dwarf Fortress. Pretty self-explanatory. You embark with your group of dwarves on a mission to build a fortress and prosper within a living world with its own lore. It's one of the deepest and most complex story generators out there. And the best part is you can pause it whenever you want, pretend to work for a bit in your job, and then get back to playing. There is a free classic version which has a different kind of charm, and the sexy premium version on Steam. If we turn to sports, the first manager-style game that comes to mind is Football Manager, because, well, it's in the name. Here, you take charge of a team of your choice and lead them to win the Champions League. It might take you a year with some teams and 100 with others, but that's part of the fun. But you don't just handle the game strategy. In fact, you will spend more time solving locker room issues, negotiating contracts, arguing with the board, and causing scandals at press conferences. The game progresses by days, and you can advance at your own pace, making it ideal to have in the background and dip in and out of whenever you can. If soccer isn't your thing, don't worry. There are manager games of almost every sport. For example, if you like speed on champagne waste, I recommend F1 Manager or Motorsport Manager, where you can finally take Daniel Ricciardo to where he deserves to be. Speaking of sports, but moving away from the Excel-style games, there's a great variety of simulators where you can generally play online or in a single-player career mode with matches that don't exceed 10 minutes, making them ideal for playing during your free moments. The most famous game in this style is EAFC, better known as the Not FIFA, but while it has a big online community and good graphics, my recommendation is any old FIFA you have on hand. The older, the better. Pick your team, start a career mode, play with legends who are now retired, change history, and make sure that Young Promises doesn't end up halfway or that veteran finally gets the trophy they never could. It's very fun and not time consuming at all. I truly recommend it. But again, if soccer isn't your thing, there are simulators for many sports. If you like basketball, there is the NBA 2K series, although it's been in decline for some time. Still, if you somehow manage to get a copy of NBA 2K11, you're guaranteed a good time. If you like tennis, I won't lie to you. It's a bit tricky to find a decent game. But if I had to pick one, it would be 8-0 Tennis 2. It suffers from the same problem as many tennis games, few real players, but you can download community-created player lists that emulate hundreds of the best tennis players. But by far, my favorite part is that you can save mid-match and continue whenever you want, so you can play the match point after your morning meeting to lift your spirit a little. Turn-based or pausable strategy games have a modular structure that makes them a great option for playing when you have little time, if you have enough willpower to play just a few turns. And there is no great example of this than Civilization, and I especially recommend 6. You choose a culture and lead it throughout history, from caves to space, seeking to prosper and resolve conflicts with diplomacy or nuclear bombs. The game progresses in turns, and these usually aren't very long, allowing you to advance even if you only play for a short while. It's a great way to entertain your brain and train your willpower, because resisting the urge for just one more turn is not easy feat. Honorable mention for Hearts of Iron 4, a good option if you like the World War II theme and are looking for much more complex and in-depth mechanics. It's not turn-based, but it does have a pause feature, so you can progress when you can. Moving figurines around the map is fine, but if you need something more intimate, there is the Total War series. It has games based on different historical periods, and some not so much. But I'm sticking with Shogun 2, basically because it's The Last Samurai the game. It has 2 phases. A turn-based one where you move your armies across the map and manage cities, and real-time battles. Both phases are fast and modular, so even with little playtime you can make progress. In fact, you can simulate battles to save time, but who wants to miss this? The good roguelites. Games where you are supposed to play multiple times to progress in their story. This makes each run in the game relatively short, perfect for those who don't have much time. Some years ago, a lot of games in this genre came out, but if I had to pick one, it will be Hades. A hack and slash where you try to escape the underworld through a map that changes every time you attempt it, and you get help from different Greek gods. But the best part of the game is its plot. Its beautiful, sensual plot. Well, that and that you can do a run in about 20 minutes, upgrade your skills, send some emails, and then go for another run. But if sci-fi is more your thing, the answer is easy. Faster Than Light. A game where you take charge of a ship and its crew to traverse a randomly generated galaxy and deliver a crucial message while being pursued by a massive enemy fleet. You can also try Into the Breach from the same creators. Here you have a turn-based strategy game where you command a group of mechs against kaijus, trying to save the planet by traveling back in time until you achieve it. Its battles are very short and feel more like a puzzle. Each attempt to save the galaxy or planet Earth won't take you much time, and you can save and continue whenever you want. Simple and beautiful. Well, those are my recommendations for gamers overwhelmed by adulthood and with little time to play in one sitting. I hope these games help you make your routine more bearable, so you never stop playing. But this list only includes games I have personally tried. If there is one you'd add, leave it in the comments to help grow this list. In any case, I sincerely hope this video was worth your time and really thank you for stopping by. You can also subscribe and give it a like if you want, and if not, it's okay, maybe next time. Take care, don't stay up too late, drink water and all that stuff. See you in the next video. Bye!